Okay, so we're just getting organised here, everybody. Beth was having a few technical difficulties. She'll be with us shortly. So, we've started the broadcast. And so, are you ready to roll, Mary Beth?
I've been just trying to get a good voice, but I'm going to try here. Let's see what happens. Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Welcome to Saturdays with Tara. I'm Mary Beth. You're at the Law of Attraction Club on the web at theloaclub.com. Remember, if you're on the conference line, to press *6 if you have a question or a comment. If you're on Hangout on Air, this is our introduction to the theme of the week. This session is also being broadcast on our conference line and will continue on the conference line with more discussion and Q&A after the Hangout. You're welcome to join us and bring your questions. So Robin will be bringing through Tara for us today. So over to you, Robin and Tara.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. So what is it that holds you back from embracing who you are? Do you really want to be in charge of your life? For some of you, it is that you do not really understand who you are, at least in the way we would describe you. But some of you see the logic of what we are saying, and yet there's something that holds you back from accepting it and internalizing it. In this discussion today, we're going to look a little at why this might be and see if we can clear the pathway a little. I'm going to start by offering you once again our summary of the nature of everything. You will see that it's an elegantly simple and complete explanation of who you are and why you are here. And perhaps you will see that it's the foundation upon which each of you, without exception, by law of attraction, builds your worlds and your complex stories. As always, we emphasize that we are not passing judgment on those stories. We all have our stories. We are simply responding to your desire to create more joy in your life and offering suggestions. We begin with some words from our friends. From Abraham. You are the creator of your own life experience. And as the creator of your experience, it is important to understand that it is not by virtue of your action, not by virtue of your doing, it is not even by virtue of what you are saying that you are creating. You are creating by virtue of the thought that you are offering. And from Bashar, grant yourself permission and grant yourselves the right to create life as you desire it to be. For you have the ability to create it that way. All you need to do is remind yourself that your ability to conceive of that idea is in and of itself the indication of your ability to create that idea. See, in the beginning you were a thought that became an intention, and that intention formed you out of the infinity of all that is. You are an always connected extension of that timeless, infinite source. What you choose to believe, you create, without limit in every direction. Your choices have evolved you through many experiences into many versions of a conscious thinking entity. In this particular version of you that is engaged with us here, you are creating the virtual reality that is the physicalness of you and the world around you. And within this context, you are continuing your experiences and your evolution. Let's restate this in terms of the law of attraction. You attract into your experience, moment by moment, unique to you, wanted or unwanted, a reflection of your chosen beliefs and expectations. The versions of everything that you attract into your world are a match to the now version of you. And since you and you alone are creating, without limit, that now version, it follows that you can be, do, or have anything simply by choosing to expect it. There is nothing you cannot change. Your context, all that physical stuff, is virtual. It's your own personal illusion. But what's real and vital are your experiences. They are the reason you choose to be here. Now, some of you will recognize from all of this the power and freedom that is inherently yours, and will take to this like a duck to water. And there will be others of you who perhaps can see the logic of it, but for some reason you just can't bring yourself to choose to believe it. Some of you prefer the story that time and space and all that physical stuff is real. And there are, of course, no right or wrong belief choices. It's just that we find that creating what you want, choosing new expectations, all of it gets easier if you can loosen your grip on the seeming solidarity of everything. Then there are some of you that will shrink back from all of this because the idea of being totally in charge makes you uncomfortable. Perhaps you've chosen the story that things external to you largely control your destiny. Things like luck, or karma, or your star sign, God, a guardian angel, or your government. You believe that it's a matter of being in the right place at the right time. Or you say things like, everything happens for a reason. That reason being determined by something beyond your comprehension. Somehow, you just got familiar with the belief that something somewhere was looking out for you. Here are your options. You can choose to believe that it's all random and that somebody or something is looking out for you, and you can make that a fun game to play. There are no right or wrong choices here. But if you find that there are some things missing from that world, that you cannot easily connect the dots between what you're thinking and what you're manifesting, we suggest considering our explanation above. Because the truth of it is that you have the power to change anything. Think about that. Notice how you feel about having that power. Is it comfortable or not? If not, we encourage you to play with the idea and allow yourself to become comfortable, because it's the truth of who you are. You might say that how can you possibly be responsible for humankind destroying the planet or evil people doing evil things? You would never choose to create such things. Well, if there's a world out there that's real, solid, continuous, and shared by everybody else, then everything you do has some effect on everybody else. In that world, the law of attraction makes no sense at all. But it's nothing like that. Your world is a movie playing in your mind. It's not real. It's your personal illusion. So yes, you're responsible for everything in it. But that doesn't mean you want the planet destroyed or evil people to exist. It just means you've chosen to expect it. No big deal. Everything does happen for a reason. But it's not some unfathomable reason in the mind of something controlling your world. It's you and your belief choices. You set the boundaries for your world, and everything within it happens within those boundaries. Yes, of course, you mix it up with matching versions of those other people you intersect with. That's the fun of it. But you are the one writing the screenplay, and everything and everyone is faithfully following that screenplay. So think about this deeply here. Do you want to be in charge, or do you want to believe that something else is in charge? We encourage you to dismiss the notion that it's something else. We want you to just plain give up on it. Because the more you can discard the idea of being vulnerable and see who you are, the more you can step away from the realness of your physicality and embrace the idea that it's fluid and malleable, the more you will move into that place of peace and power, fun and freedom. It's okay to be you. You're controlling your world anyway, consciously or subconsciously. We recommend consciously. The extent to which you allow yourself to step outside the mental confines of this context you have created is the extent to which you will build an ongoing awareness of who you really are and the power that you have. Be in the stands even as you are on the field. Spend time with the thought that this is me and my creation and I can change it all. Become familiar with it. Let it become part of you and watch the world change. People and things that used to be in your world will disappear because what you are is no longer what they are. Creating in this way is the absolute reason you're here. And doing it, therefore, is the greatest joy you can experience. Remember that beyond everything we have explained here, you are part of the timeless, infinite all that is. The individuation that is you is always a choice. Everything is an option. If you have concerns about that so-called world of yours, those concerns are what holds you apart from what you really want. All that is necessary to change anything is to choose to believe in and expect different things. That is how powerful you are. What you believe becomes. It is our particular joy to mix it up with you in this way, and we will be delighted to answer any of your questions.